What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with the weekly reset for the 7th of May, and this week we get yet another update for Destiny 2. That does see the introduction of some new PvP maps, which are free for all players, so that's cool. On top of that though, we get the next step for the Pantheon raid gauntlet. Otherwise there'll be some additional quests this week. We'll round up what we know about other patch changes, as well as vendors and featured rewards, and everything else related to the weekly reset today. So as always guys, I hope you find this one useful. If you do, definitely get subscribed for more Destiny content, but now let's get into it. Initially, alongside the update today, it's worth saying the PvP map pack has dropped, so we get 3 new PvP maps, and these are available for all players. There's a Europa, Neomuna, and Pyramid Ship map as well. We've had some small previews for them, but today we can finally jump in. Plus, there'll be a dedicated playlist inside of the Crucible node that allows us to experience these maps exclusively, but otherwise they can be found in other playlists in the rotation as well, so let us know if you'll be diving into these this week, as of course it has been quite a while since we got any additional Crucible maps. So give us your thoughts about that down below. Otherwise, Pantheon gets its next stage this week, and this time around the raid challenge will take us into Oryx Exalted, where we need to defeat Golgoroth, Caretaker, Macrocosm, Atrax 1, and the Oryx encounter. Once again, there'll be a new emblem for that, as well as some additional rewards via the quests and vendor, but keep in mind, the difficulty of this will be escalating week over week, so it'll certainly be interesting to see how it feels this week and let us know if you'll be jumping in. Speaking of the new map pack though, today Bungie posted a trailer for it. As always, they do a pretty good job with these trailers, so in case you wanted to see it in full, here it is. Moving away from the glitz and glam of the trailer though, up next we get some patch notes for today, and for competitive they say special ammo bricks will now exclusively drop from primary weapon final blows regardless of whether the player who was defeated had special ammo. On top of that though, defeating a player who has special ammo through any means other than a primary ammo weapon will not spawn a special ammo brick, though the defeated player will still lose their special ammo. Plus, they fixed an issue where players could be blocked from spawning on burnout in the competitive playlist. So some interesting comp special ammo changes there, give us your thoughts. For Pantheon though, they fixed an issue where players would be unable to complete a full run if entering from a saved checkpoint. They also fixed the problem where adept weapon loot from the first Platinum clear did not have the correct perks. And finally for Onslaught, they fixed the problem where the extinguish modifier on heatwaves would end runs if the entire party died. They also fixed one where players were not teleported to the correct ADU location after the mechanical and boss phases. And finally, they fixed an issue where killing the boss too quickly could prevent further Onslaught progress. So some additional changes, in addition to the Crucible maps being added today. Up next though, finally getting into gameplay stuff, and something unexpected here, but we're getting daily deep sight weapons, and Bungie say we can earn seasonal deep sight weapons each day from now until the launch of the final shape, and the first seasonal activity completion each day will award a deep sight resonance weapon still missing its pattern, and we can earn 1 weapon from each season each day for the included activities. So that's Defiant Battlegrounds from Season 20, Salvage and Deep Dives from Season 21, and then Savathun Spire and Altars of Summoning from Season 22, as well as Riven's Lair, The Coil, and Starcrossed from Season 23. So that's pretty cool, an additional sort of catch-up element before the final shape drops, so gives you thoughts about that. Certainly, it's worth taking advantage of. And next up, let's get onto the Eververse store. As always, pick up your free Bright Dust on the front page right there. And then we've got the Dance Off exotic emote available on the front page for 3,250 Bright Dust, so we'll have a quick preview of that one. Additionally though, we do have the Drang Baroque ornament, Alone to be Joined, available this week, and this is 700 Bright Dust, added from back in the day, so that might be one to grab. And then we have the Ossified Entrance Transmat effect, which is available for 450 Bright Dust. And for the front page shaders, we've got the Coppertone Patina, available here for 300 Bright Dust. On top of that though, there's also the Whispered Sheen available this week on the front page as well. To the main Bright Dust section though, there is the Let Me Investigate exotic emo, which is 3,250 Bright Dust this week. Additionally though, we've got the Star-Crossed Footsteps, the Universal Ornament, the boots available this week for all classes for 1,200 Bright Dust. And then there is the Photoelectric Shell Exotic Ghost, which is 2,850 Bright Dust. A very bright thing indeed. On top of that though, we've got the Wanderer's Wings, Exotic Ship, which is 2,000 Bright Dust. And then there is the Externalization Exotic Sparrow, which is 2,500 Bright Dust right here. And Bungie have added the Thorn Ornament, Essentialism, for 1,250 Bright Dust. I believe at the start of the season this was silver only, so it's now in the Bright Dust rotation. Probably one a lot of players will want to grab for Bright Dust. And then there is the Spicy Ramen Projection available for 1,500 Bright Dust this week. But for the second page of shaders, we've got Amethyst Veil. Once again, all of these are 300 Bright Dust. There's also the Bruised Blush shader available on the second page right here. And then the Jungle Viper, also up this week. And finally for shaders, we've got the Coleopatra. I can't even say that one. Not even going to try again, but also available in the store this week. And then there is the Illicit Transmat Effects. These are 450 Bright Dust. Kind of cool one there. Additionally, the Champion entrance is available once again this week. And very finally, we've got the Chrysalis entrance also in the store. So give us your thoughts on the Eververse inventory, guys, and anything you plan to grab this week. Quick shout out for the Quest at Shaxx for the new territory playlist for the new maps this week. We can see Rose, Mercurial Overreach, and the Belisarius D as a potential or guaranteed reward, should I say, for this quest. So another element right there to jump in and check out. And for Banshee's weapon rolls, for the moment, we've got Whispering Slab with Hipfire Grip and Demolitionist. There's also Cartesian Coordinate, which has got Slideways and Backup Plan. And then the Ostringer with Compulsive Reloader and Rampage, which might not be too bad, as well as Disparity with Eye of the Storm and Frenzy. Finally though, Code Duello has got Field Prep and Lasting Impression, which might not be too bad either. So if you don't have better ones, be sure to visit Banshee. On our way down to Ada 1 in the Annex though, we can once again investigate the Paw Prints for the next Archie quest. So be sure to do that if you want to find Archie this week, and then head over to Ada for the actual quest steps. And this week's destination is going to be EDZ, as we spoke about in our previous video, so I'll link that down below as it does cover some of the key locations that we'll need to visit. But for Ada's inventory right here, as always, if you need any of these armor pieces, it's certainly worth checking in. But for shaders, we've got the Valkyrie Zero available this week, pretty old school Warmind one, I believe it is, right there for 10,000 Glimmer. Then there is the new Pacific Sync available at Ada as well. And very finally, we've got War Cult Rain available this week. Once again, all of these will be 10,000 Glimmer. Some final bits to round up for the reset though. And this week, the Nightfall will be Heist Battleground on the Moon, with the Pre-Astin Expo being the featured weapon drop. So this will be the final time it comes up in the rotation before the final shape. So let us know if it's one you'll be jumping into. Otherwise, Whisper Mission is still available this week if you're working on any of the previously dropped upgrades. And we've got Vox Obscura for the featured exotic mission, where we can pick up Dead Messenger and Season of the Risen gear. Lastly, for activities though, we've got Deepstone Crypt as the featured raid, so you can farm away for Eyes of Tomorrow or any of the legendary drops. And the featured dungeon this time around is Pit of Heresy. Then very finally, we've got the Lost Sectors featured this week, and you can see the additional legendary weapon drops on the right hand side there. For today, we've got Gilded Precept on Neomuna dropping exotic helmets. May 8th will be Scavenger's Den on EDZ dropping exotic legs. That's followed by Skydock on May 9th, which will be dropping exotic gauntlets. Then on the 10th, it'll be the Quarry on EDZ dropping chest pieces, before moving over to Aphelion's Rest in Dreaming City dropping helmets on May 11th. May 12th, there'll be Bay of Drowned Wishes dropping exotic legs, and finally, Chamber of Starlight dropping exotic gauntlets on May 13th. So there we go, that wraps up what we need to know about the reset this week. As always, I hope the video has been useful, and if it has, a rating below really helps us out on the channel. Let us know what you're most looking forward to with the reset this week down in the comment section. And once again, feel free to get subscribed if you do want to be kept up to date with all the Destiny 2 and Final Shape news, especially given that we're only a month away now. There'll certainly be plenty in the pipeline, so keep it locked and loaded. Otherwise though, I appreciate you tuning in today, and I will catch you guys very soon.